Police officers put on desk duty in probe over Nazi slur. We're starting to see a hell of a lot more consequences for calling people Nazis, and it's within the police themselves, no less. 2 police officers are facing a misconduct probe over claims they branded colleagues in the road policing division traffic Nazis. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. I actually got pulled over and I got a fine once because it was night time. I was in a parking spot and I drove forward 3 feet, and it was while I was driving forward that 3 feet, I clicked my headlights on, and the traffic cop seen me and pulled me over and fined me because you're supposed to basically that 1.5 seconds. You need to have your headlights on before you pull out. I checked, there was nobody there. Like, it was a big empty car park at like 1 in the morning. And I drove forward 1.5 feet, and apparently that 1.5 feet was worth about £30. So maybe they're a little bit correct in calling them Nazis, but we'll see. It's understood the banter between the uniformed officers and road traffic cops in Stirlingshire went too far for police chiefs, and things came to a head when a swastika was drawn on a napkin, which was then handed to one of the traffic cops in May last year. Things came to a head. Shit went down. Like, it's a fucking swastika drawn on a napkin, calm down. They reported their colleagues to police chiefs and an inquiry was launched. Now, did they though? Did they? Was it maybe just one guy that got a little bit salty? Probably one of the newer recruits that have just came out of the police college, the one that right drums into you, things like, you know, diversity and inclusion and all that. Because apparently a lot of the old guard of the police really hate the new ones. Really hate the new ones. Apparently a lot of the old school police officers are like, why are all these social justice warriors joining the police? These fucking kids talking about diversity and inclusion. Apparently that's a thing. Road traffic officers regularly visit stations in Stirlingshire with the course of routine patrols in the picturesque Trossachs, an area popular with tourists. The Trossachs are actually lovely. It is understood the traffic cops were known to frequent a takeaway, and it was there that things came to a head with the swastika and the napkin. Things came to a head with the fucking napkin. Police Scotland confirmed they have launched a probe and put 2 officers on restricted duties. Okay. Banter between the regular police and the traffic police is a common thing. I mean, you've seen Super Troopers. It happens in that. There's not as much hatred as in Super Troopers. Like, it is just banter. It is just a little friendly rivalry, friendly banter between the 2 groups of police. And that's all it is. And basically what seems to have happened is one person in the traffic police got a little bit salty over what was clearly a joke, and as a result, we've lost 2 police officers over it. Not lost, they're on restricted duties, but they're not able to go out and do their actual full police roles, and, you know, we kind of need cops. We kind of need the police. So we're now down 2 police officers who, you know, police fill probably one of the most essential roles in our society, and we are now 2 short because somebody made a joke. A source close to the investigation said there was regular banter between uniformed officers and traffic cops. The uniformed officers started calling them traffic Nazis. Banter. That's literally all it is. It's fucking banter. They had been asked to stop, but for some reason someone thought it appropriate to scroll a swastika on a napkin at a takeaway where the traffic police get their breakfast. They were furious and complained to their bosses. 2 uniformed officers have now been benched while an investigation is carried out. An investigation, so basically more police time and resources wasted on dumb bullshit. Police chiefs can put officers on restricted duties when a disciplinary process is ongoing. The sanction can mean an officer not doing a variety of routine duties, including dealing with the public. So we're down 2 officers not fulfilling essential duties, and we now have more police time and resources getting wasted into investigating someone drawing a swastika on a napkin as a bit of banter and a laugh. And I've got a feeling that the vast majority of the traffic cops don't care. They probably enjoy the banter and the friendly rivalry between them and the police. And basically this person's now ruined it. It's going to be a case of this is probably going to cause division between the police and the traffic police. They probably won't talk to each other anymore. They're not going to joke with each other anymore, you know, because they might get pulled away and get fucking put on restricted duties. I mean, do you want to know the best way that this could have been sorted? See the guy that did it, take him into a wee side room and go, Did you draw a swastika on the napkin? Yes, you did. Okay then, don't do that. It's a bit too far. Just don't do it again. Away you go. That's it. Situation dealt with. The guy's not going to do it again. They're still going to have their banter with each other, but they just won't be drawing swastikas on napkins. There you go. That's the situation dealt with. But no, you had to take us down 2 police officers and then throw some resources into an investigation behind it. And it's probably going to ruin, you know, the camaraderie between the police and the traffic police. It's probably going to cause a bit of resentment between them. So, bravo, well done you. You couldn't have dealt with that situation any worse. One police source who asked not to be named said, there may be occasions when you don't want to suspend someone because you want to get some work out of them, so by putting restrictions on them you can say to them they're doing parking tickets in the back office. MSP Dean Lockhart, who represents the Mid-Scotland region of the Scottish Parliament, said, the vast majority of officers across the Stirling area and throughout Scotland act with professionalism the public expect. If the internal investigation was to conclude that the officers involved in this incident did act in a way which breaches these high standards, then I would expect Police Scotland to take the necessary disciplinary action. It was a joke. It was a fucking joke, man. The police get enough fucking shit as it is. Like, I don't know if anybody remembers this. There was a video that circulated a while back. It was back when we had the really heavy snow, and the police officers were sledding down a hill on the riot shields. They were actually lying on the riot shields and sledding down the hill. I thought that was funny. And if I was a police officer and I was in this situation, fuck yeah, I would sled down the hill. Sledding's fun. But the police get fucking properly attacked for that. For having a bit of fun on the job. You should be doing this, you should be fucking... Right. Let them have a little bit of fun. See if they spent the entire day or the entire week doing it, then yeah, I'd be a little bit pissed off. But they took their riot shield, they slid down the hill a couple of times, they all had a laugh. I made this, you know, funny video that let everybody know that the police are human, because believe it or not, that the police are in fact human, and they like to have a little bit of fun. That's all it was, a laugh, but people fucking properly came after the cops. So that people were calling for them to be disciplined for having a bit of a laugh, and that's what it's here. I mean, like, yeah, I understand that the police fulfill a very necessary role and they're supposed to be professional and all this type of stuff, but let them have a fucking laugh. Like, at the end of the day, like, being able to have a bit of a laugh on the job is what keeps you fucking sane. Right? Let them have a bit of fun, and that is all this was. It was just a fucking joke. There is no place for hate speech or discrimination of any kind in Scotland, and any instances should be treated with the seriousness they deserve. Oh, fuck off, this was hate speech. Fuck off. It was a swastika drawn on a napkin because they've got a bit of a joke where they call the traffic cops traffic Nazis. That's all it was. There was no fucking hate speech, there was no discrimination. It was guys having a bit of fucking banter with each other. Fucking hate speech, fuck off. Richard Johnson, chairman of Callander Community Council, said, if there's any truth in it, I would be appalled. It's disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. I'm so upset. I'm so triggered. Literally shaking. Literally fucking shaking. A Police Scotland spokesman said, we are conducting an internal investigation following an allegation of misconduct in the Stirling area in May 2018. 2 police officers have been placed on restricted duties and inquiries remain ongoing. It is understood it is not a criminal investigation being undertaken by Police Scotland. Yet, we are fast approaching that point. David Hamilton, Vice Chairman of the Scottish Police Federation, which represents rank and file bobbies, declined to comment. This is nonsense and a complete waste of fucking time. And we're now down 2 police officers because of it. And the thing is, this... Given the way that, you know, the whole Nazi jokes and everything's being seen, these 2 guys could lose their fucking job. And we'll be down another 2 fucking officers. 2 officers that, by the looks of it, know how to have a bit of a laugh, a bit of banter. You know, they're the types that you want, but this is all that's going to result from this. There's a friendly rivalry going on between the police and the traffic police. That is absolutely fine. That's common. That's... In America, throughout Britain, that's a very, very common thing. That's like Super Troopers. It's like Super Troopers. It's friendly, it's a good laugh, it's a bit of banter, they all have fun with it, right? That's fine, leave it the way it is. But as a result of this, 2 officers are now being desked, which means that they're not fulfilling essential duties, carrying out inquiries, doing actual proper police work, so the police have lost out there. They've now put in resources and time into an investigation into these two officers, so that's more police time being wasted. And now the police and the traffic police are probably going to resent each other, so that means that the camaraderie, the banter, the friendly rivalry, that's all gone now. They're probably going to be quite salty at each other now. Literally no good came of this whatsoever. Basically, people trying to go after the hate crime and discrimination and all edgy jokes and edgy comedy. No good came of it. Literally, no good came of this. And you just shouldn't have fucking bothered. Just let your men have a laugh with each other, right? And let them do some actual fucking police work instead of wasting some time over a swastika being drawn on a fucking napkin in a chippy.